Hi, my name's Paul Goodwin. I'm from Brock Harcourts, Brighton Hallett Cove. Today on Open House I'll be talking about recent sales in Kingston Park.
Brocky, that was great. Suburb.
New segment, and hopefully we'll be able to cover lots and lots of suburbs in the state over the next few months.
Yeah, really enjoyed that one. Kingston Park wasn't an area I knew very much about, but certainly do now.
Yep.
One gentleman that knows a lot about Kingston Park. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you.
Paul Goodwin, all the way from Brock Harcourts down there in Brighton. Got to ask, mate, surname Goodwin. Strong hands? Ever played football in your life?
No, botanist actually.
Botanist?
Botanist, yes.
You could not get further away from football.
But,
so instead of running around on the grass, you're trying to analyse whether it's cooch or...
We grew your grass.
Fantastic,
grass,
mate.
Yeah.
So how'd you go from grass to real estate?
Started
Grassroots?
at the grassroots. Beat me to it.
Someone's got to sell it. So.
Yeah. Now, Paul, a couple of years in the industry.
Yes.
How have you found it?
Oh, it's been fantastic. It's something I've always wanted to do. So we had a farm for 10 years and we sold that, and that was my way in. I thought this is my chance. And
where was your farm?
At Nankita, which is another place that you probably don't know
I
about.
never heard of Nankita. Talk us through that one.
Just out of Mount Compass, 10 k's.
I know Mount Compass.
It's a bit like God's country out there. It's
beautiful
fantastic.
Through there. Yep.
And,
Never stops raining at Mount Compass, does it?
Well, you wouldn't know because your Porsche's going about 150 kilometres an hour through Mount Compass, so on the way down to the
Those
beach.
policemen get in the way.
Now, I would love to know a little bit about your background. Brock Harcourts, Brighton is where you are now. Have you been anywhere else?
Yes, I went to Tube and Toots for only 4 weeks.
Yeah, well, that would have been long enough.
Yeah,
so
and
you
then
come and join the good guys.
Yes, that's
fantastic.
right. And I've been with Brock Harcourts now for nearly 2 years.
That wasn't even set up. I didn't realise you did it.
Why did it take you that long to leave? No, just joke.
And the boys down there have looked after you pretty well.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Steve Backman, Wayne Footer and Glenn Nelson, the three directors down there, and they've all got different personalities, so you've got someone different to go to with every question. You know which question to take to which director.
Yeah, and it's certainly one of the businesses, Brocky, that they've realised that they've got to grow their business, grow their people, but grow their business as well. So I think you're going to be part of some fairly significant...
expanding very well, and they've got a couple of offices down that way. Now, Paul, just getting back to the suburb that you specialise in, medium house prices, can you tell us a little bit about that?
They've had 6 sales this year. And the medium
That's
house...
all?
That's all, that's it.
It's a very tightly held area.
The medium house price is $837,000 for this year so far.
And what percentage of them have got views over the water? Because the views are quite spectacular, but also the orientation means that you do have a bit of a northerly aspect, sort of a northwesterly aspect, and that makes it all light and airy and so on. The houses are really beautiful. Yeah,
the unique feature of Kingston Park is the views down along the beach,
Yep.
where you can live at Brighton, anywhere along the coast, and you'll just see the water. But we get to see, at Kingston Park, you get to see the beach, the city lights, so you've got a view at day and night. So
there you go. How do you know that?
Well, as I said, I've been down there a lot, so I've a bit down there. What about a little bit of the history on Kingston Park? Because Maltz knows nothing about it, and I'd like the viewers as well as Maltz to just be up to speed with
it.
Sure. It's the Kingston family actually put their holiday home there in 1840. So it's one of the oldest buildings in South Australia. It's the Kingston House, known as Kingston House now.
We actually sold that at auction, I reckon probably 20 years ago now. Massive property with a beautiful estate. It was just spectacular. It had wonderful views. But that was the nucleus of it. It was the start, and a lot of the land around there was subdivided, wasn't it?
Yeah, they owned 80 acres there.
Yep.
And I suppose relinquished some of the land as time went on. And there's only over probably 100 homes in Kingston Park.
Jeez, there you
go. There's a lot of development going on there at the moment, so that might double in size soon with the amount of homes with the subdivision going on there.
Is Kingston House still a private home?
Yeah, it's open to the public now, though.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And you can have Devonshire tea there and scones on every Sunday.
Might go down and have some scones one Sunday.
No, you'd go to the Seacliff Hotel.
Yeah, I won't get past the pub. What do you think's going to happen in Kingston Park? So tightly held. I'd imagine that's holding prices up beautifully.
Yeah.
Usually supply and demand, as we all know. What do you think's going to happen through there in 2010?
I think 2010 and beyond, there's a real change of guard in there because over the 50s, 60s and 70s, a lot of families moved in. The families are left. And the block sizes were huge there, so now they're allowed to subdivide. So there's a lot of $1 million plus mansions getting built in there now.
Beautiful.
And there's probably a dozen that I know of just off by hand. And I think I think it will be $1 million suburb within a few years.
There you
Well,
go.
it's not far away now.
It's not far away
and it
now,
really
yeah.
is the elevated dress circle of the southwestern suburbs, Maltz.
There you go.
Isn't that eloquent?
It is. You are a very eloquent man.
You can use that, Paul.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
Okay, Paul. Is that all that you wanted to say? If you're comfortable, we've covered that absolutely magnificent suburb. I can't wait to get down and have a look.
Probably just one more thing. The locals told me that not to come on here because they don't want anyone
Anybody
to know
else to
about
know?
it. So sorry about that, locals.
It's
Here
now the
we
worst kept secret.
It is the worst. But it's the lifestyle that people go there for. You can hop on the train. You can be in the city in 22 minutes. You can be at Westfield Marion Shopping Centre. You can be at Jetty Road, Brighton. You can walk to all these facilities. But it's like being on holiday. It's like being in Port Elliot. That's
The
how
whole
I
time.
like in Kingston Park too.
Fantastic.
But you can use the facilities at Victor, but you can live just out of it. So,
That is fantastic. That's a really, really cool description. Paul, you've got a property of the week, which we're calling our You Want section. So the people out there are going to want this property. We do sell a lot straight off this show, don't we, Brocky? We're doing pretty well with that.
The track record's very good. Once it comes on here, it's normally gone pretty quickly. So if you're watching this, listen to
Yeah.
Paul and get onto him.
So this is going to be a pre-recorded section. We're having a go at actually getting into the property. I think the owners of the property were
Yes.
interviewed. Is
Yes.
that correct?
Yep.
So why they enjoy living there? Really interesting way of doing it. 5 Burnham Road. Have I said that correctly?
Correct. That's
5
it.
Burnham Road, Kingston Park. Ladies and gentlemen, you have a look and enjoy.
If you're looking for a sea change but don't want to forfeit your cosmopolitan lifestyle, you can't get any better than Kingston Park. And at number 5 Bernard Road, you could live or holiday in your own coastal retreat. Jenny and her husband have lived in Kingston Park for the last 6 years. After visiting a friend, they fell in love with the idea of being moments from their working life in the city and having a daily seaside escape that their grandkids would love to visit.
Ryan, a friend of my husband's work, lived down this way, and that's how we discovered this place, which is just lovely. And so when we sold our family home, we thought we'd head down here, being grandparents. There's lots of amenities, the proximity to the beach, lots of natural places to explore with our grandchildren.
The house boasts 3 bedrooms, the master with French doors leading to the rear garden. There are stunning north-facing coastal views from the balcony and lush, low-maintenance gardens.
This area is really good because everybody just comes up here and accumulates, and you don't really need to go downstairs apart from sleeping.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
perfect.
That's why it's, it's nice outlook and.
And what is your favourite section of the house?
About this section. About where I am now, and I can look out on that, and this is it. I think the spaciousness, the proximity to town, because we're in walking distance to the railway, so that's only between 20 and 30 minutes away, and my husband catches the train, and so when he arrives there, he's fresh, so just lifestyle.
For further details on this property, please contact Paul Goodwin at Brock Harcourt's Brighton on 0417 866 739.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. That was a fantastic house. How are you marketing that one, Paul?
It's going to auction
Yep.
with a price guide of $770.
All the very best for it.
Should bring that and more, I would have thought. So, Paul,
definitely.
thanks very much indeed for coming in. And if anyone wants to use Paul to sell their home, I'd certainly recommend him. Perhaps, Paul, you can give us your details.
Yes, it's Paul Goodwin on 0417 866 739, and email is paul.goodwin@brockharcourts.com.au.
Very simple to find the great man.
Well done,
Message
Paul.
press, you're everywhere. Advertiser, you're everywhere.
Yes, definitely.
Signboards everywhere.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for that, Paul. And, Maltz, we'll go to a break now, I think, and then come back with Brett Burton and possibly Will Chapman.
I hope you enjoyed today's segment on Open House. If you'd like to contact me for any further details, my number is 0417 866 739 or paul.goodwin@brockharcourts.com.au.